Hey, it's Spence from LaunchFlows.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a dynamic offer for an order bump, but only if certain products are in the cart. In order to accomplish this, I'm going to use LaunchFlows along with the Conditional Blocks plugin. I've shown you other plugins that allow for dynamic offers and conditions. This one is really powerful and yet at the same time, very simple. Together, this with LaunchFlows makes the following possible. We're going to have a main product, we'll call it a trigger product, that we're going to send to our checkout page. And if that product is in the cart, then we will show the order bump. If it is not, we will hide the order bump. Likewise, once the order bump is accepted and added to the cart, then we will hide the order bump from further view. It's a really simple yet elegant way of improving your total conversion at the time of one single checkout, because somebody's going to buy the original product plus the complementary product. This is slightly different than an upsell where you typically will replace the original trigger product. Let me show you how it works and then show you how we set it up. Here we've got our shop. We've got the first pizza is our trigger, and the second pizza for just $15 more is our order bump. We've also got an alternative, a different piece of pizza to demonstrate what the difference would be if we didn't have the trigger. Let's start by adding the trigger pizza to the cart, and then we're going to go to our checkout page. This checkout page is done with LaunchFlows with just one checkbox checked. Now we can see at the top we've got the but wait, add a second pizza, and that's because our first pizza is already in the cart. Here's the neat thing. With the way we've set this up, we've also made it that the order will be removed, or the order bump will be removed if it's added to the cart. And this will help clean up the whole experience for the buyer. So as you can see, we've got the original trigger, and now we've got the order bump in the cart, and the offer has been removed. If we change our mind and say, I'm not so sure, we get a chance to see it again. Now let's compare this by removing the trigger pizza product to what would happen if we used an alternative product. Let's say we put in a different piece of pizza. In this particular case, when we go to the checkout, we will not see the order bump offer because this is not the trigger that we've configured. Let's show you how we set this up. Take any post type at all, a page or a post, and simply check the checkbox here to add a checkout. At that point, you can drag and drop any components you want to rearrange, redesign, or to add features like this conditional order bump. I've added the LaunchFlows order bump block here in Gutenberg, and I've told it that I want to offer product 53226. If you're not sure of your products, simply go ahead and open them up, and you can roll your mouse over to see the ID number. 53840, 53226. In the setup of this offer, what I've done is I've also added a headline to explain what the offer is. I've put them all together as a group. And by grouping them together, I'm able to apply a set of conditions to all of these at one time. Now here is where the Conditional Blocks product really shines. On the meta box here for visibility conditions, I can establish as many presets as I want. That is to say, I can set it up so it works with any number of conditions that would cover many products all at once. So I don't have to limit myself to just one particular product. I can literally cover my entire library of options, and yet I'm able to do this in one setup. Here's what I mean. In the condition builder, I can choose from either the rules themselves. For example, I can say if a particular product is in the cart. Here, cart products. So if I wanted, I could individually configure this particular rule to search for the trigger product, which was first pizza. And then I could say, should this be visible if the first pizza is in the cart? And the answer is yes. So that's my rule. And then I could set up a reciprocal, which would be the opposite, which would be if there was the actual order bump product in the cart, hide it. That's the thing I showed you that basically removes the offer in the event that it's already in the cart. So these work in a very sort of complementary way. But here's a really neat option. It's called the preset manager. What I love about this is that you can set up a rule that can be then applied just by choosing the preset. So what I did is I took the same thing I just showed you and I made it into a preset. And now when I want, I can make a rule just by going here and choosing from the preset instead of having to remake it over and over. That's a huge time saver, and it also means that I can cover pretty much my entire library of products. And now that those rules exist, I can apply them to anything I put inside of any of my pages. So all of the LaunchFlows components and blocks and checkout elements can use any of these conditions in order to be visible. And there's literally dozens of options here, things to do with cart value and the situation of the buyer, what they've bought in the past, where they're located. It's really amazing. And it is sort of the modular approach that I keep talking about with LaunchFlows. Now, that's all there is to this setup. And once you've done this, you can, of course, go ahead and save this as a reusable block, or you can paste it to somewhere else, making it extremely flexible. I look forward to showing you more recipes like this at LaunchFlows.com. And if you're looking for help with setting up your sales funnel or site, come check me out over at WPLaunchify.com. I've been an expert in WordPress for the last 15 years, and one of the things that I found in the last couple of years is that it's not so much there aren't things available, it's that there are so many different options that unless you get a little bit of advice for your otherwise on what to use, you might end up buying too much stuff, the wrong stuff, or going down the wrong path. I can help you out with a free phone call over at WPLaunchify.com. I'll see you guys on the next video.